I read something recently that I thought was pretty interesting. If you're given the choice between one pursuit, God or love, which one would you choose? And what the author here was saying was that they would choose love 10 out of 10 times because if you're cultivating love, first it's self love, then it's expanded to your friends, your family members, and then you're going beyond that. You're looking at your neighbors, your coworkers. It's just that circle getting larger and larger. And ultimately, this is something that will lead you to God. The author's perspective was that God was actually the inevitable endpoint of this pursuit of love. Whereas if you're going to pursue God, it doesn't necessarily lead you to having this sense of kindness, caring, compassion, and of course, love for your fellow human beings. How often do we see people who will claim a spiritual or religious superiority, but they don't appear to care about the needs of the people around them, even in a basic sense, much less a level that you would define as love. Of course, this doesn't have to be something that's absolute. We see people who encompass both pretty frequently. They're loving, kind people with a strong sense of their own understanding of God. And there's people who are pivoting, they're learning more about spirituality, they're learning more about religion. And through this process, through their own knowledge of God, they're finding themselves caring more for the people around them. They're finding that it's instilling this ideology of love and how to actually express it towards other people, how to actually view other people with this lens of godliness, as opposed to how we may look at people when that lens of godliness isn't there. And we think that they're beings that could be mistreated or taken advantage of. So it doesn't have to be an either or scenario. But I thought the choice itself was interesting because I myself am pretty much in agreement. If someone told me I have to take one pursuit away and to pick one, and which one do you think is ultimately going to lead you to a better place, I would go with love 10 out of 10 times as well. I wouldn't want to be one of those people who at least feels they have this deep understanding of God, of spirituality, of religion. And the only thing that it's allowed me to do is to walk around with this false sense of a moral high ground. Again, not a required path. You could be both, but we just see it far too often. And I think when you're pursuing love, that is the natural trajectory. Maybe not God, but how far can you take it? How far can you expand it to everything that's around you?